Okay, so today we're going to talk about assault rifle defenders. Assault rifle defenders are probably my second favorite defenders in the entire game. Of course, the first is the snipers. Snipers are just, with the obliterator, snipers are god. But assault rifle defenders are sick power, crazy power, especially if you use the right guns. So we're going to go over all the things that make assault rifle defenders the number 2 defender in the entire game. All right, guys, if you like what we're doing here, if you like our videos, if you like what we're doing on Twitch, please use our supporter creator code. It really goes a long way to helping us keep doing what we're doing here. Thank you so much, guys. All right, let's get right into it. Okay, so assault rifle defenders. These guys are amazing. I want to start right off by discussing the perk overview for assault rifle defenders, because the perks are very important for making a truly elite assault rifle character. The most important stat in the entire game is, of course, crit damage. So if you can get weapon crit damage on an assault rifle defender, then those crits are going to hit like a truck. And any good assault rifle worth its salt is going to be rocking at least a 30%, let's be honest, over 30% crit rate. And that's without taking into consideration any modifications on the defender itself. The second most important perk is just flat damage. So you want crit damage because that's the biggest numbers. You want flat damage because that's going to just bring up the total amount of damage. And then the third, it then comes in as crit rate. Crit rate will hopefully, it's not a huge boost, right? As you can see here, we have a 13 crit rate bonus. That's what it looks like. So it's not like on a weapon where you get a 30 bonus. It's not the same thing. It's not nearly as high. Everything on the assault rifle defenders are a lot lower than what you would see on one of your weapons. But 13 is 13. It's still very, very good. 13 is going to take a 38 bonus all the way up to probably over, I would say 40, 48, 49, maybe even 50. Maybe. It's hard to say. You're going to get, I would say, probably about 48, 49. I'm going to guess. But it's I haven't tested it, and it's kind of hard to tell the numbers because it's a defender, right? It's not your stats, so you can't really look at your own stats and be like, oh, definitively this is what it does. But judging by what I know from diminishing returns off of crit rate, usually you can go all the way up to 48% without having any major problems. Guns such as the silence weapons, all three of them. You have the Whisper 45, you've got the Silence Spectre, you've got the Wraith. All three of those have a 48% chance to crit, which is pretty good because they have a 20 base crit plus 30. 20 plus 30 is 50. They come out at 48. So, naturally, if you have a gun at 38 and you add 13, if it got full effect, then it would be, 51. Of course, it's not going to get 51. But it'll get close, right? It'll get close. I think it caps out at about 48. Between 48 and 50 is like the cap for getting close to full effect from your crit rate. So this one is going to get it awfully close to 50%. And that's really what you want, right? You want to get close to 50. It's not important to hit 50. 48 is basically, close enough. And this one's going to give you, I would say, 48 plus. 48 plus, having one crit rate. So very, very big. It just makes your crit damage that much better. The best possible defender loadout in the entire game would be 5 crit damage. And then you have damage, then you have crit rate, and then after that you have all the other stuff. Reload speed, fire rate, mag size. Any of those are fine. They're fine. I wouldn't say any of them are really better or worse than any other one. I would just, at that point, just give whatever you get, because you really can't be picky at that point, because when you're prioritizing crit damage, and crit rate, the odds of you actually getting anywhere near a full loadout, after you get that, you just get what you get. Personal friends of mine got 3 crit damage perks, so I know they exist. I've never seen better than 3, and I personally myself never got 3. Okay, this is my best assault rifle character right here. It's got 1 crit damage perk. It's got 1 weapon damage perk. My second best that I personally have is 1 crit damage perk and 1 crit rate. And then my third and last would be crit damage, crit rate, same as the other one. And then it's got a bunch of non-combat stuff. So you get shield regen, which is worthless, health, worthless, ammo consumption. That's actually not bad. That's not terrible. It's better than shield regen or health because it depends. Like, debatable. Your guys are gonna die when they die. You're gonna pick them right back up again. It doesn't really matter what their shields or their health is. Truly, shield regen doesn't really matter. My guys die all the time. I just pick them right back up again. I'm usually camping on them. I'm kind of camping a location and using them as supplemental, extra firepower. Allows me to really look where I want to look. This one here is pretty interesting because I've got shield, and shield regen. So this one actually does have a bit of survivability to it. And it's got crit rate and crit damage. So I've got some decent loadouts, right? They're not bad. They're not as good as my snipers. I've definitely got luckier on my sniper rolls. But ultimately, it doesn't super matter. They do a ton of damage. The weapons that I typically use on my defenders, they range a bit. I really like using LMGs just for massive support fire. You can rock them with a Terminator. Terminators are nasty, but I think my favorite is probably the Mercury. The reason I like the Mercury is because they never have to reload. They just fire forever because it fires so slowly. It's got such a massive magazine. They just keep on firing. They'll fire and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. It takes them forever to run that clip dry. It's got a solid 38% chance to crit, tons of crit damage. This is a crit rate, double crit damage weapon with damage ramping. Every time you hit five in a row, you get a small explosion. So it just works really good because they have a focus fire mechanic where they always aim at one target at a time. So you're going to hit it multiple times, quite often getting 5 hits in a row. And and getting those damage bonuses. So Mercury is an excellent weapon. I love to stack all 3 of my guys up with the Mercury LMGs and let them just absolutely go to town. These things just shred. They shred so hard just because they never stop firing, right? Your defenders are crazy. They just keep on shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting. And when you have a magazine size that's 175, needless to say, it works out pretty well in your favor. The other gun that I absolutely love is the bundle bus. Of course I love the bundle bus. This thing is ridiculous. This thing is also a double crit damage, crit rate, crit damage. So you're rocking a 43% chance to crit by default. So with a crit damage perk, this thing's going to be as close to 50 as you're going to get, right? Like this thing is just insane. Critical hit damage 420, monstrous. Getting 5 hits in a row causes a boom, just like the Mercury LMG. It's funny. It seems to be a trend here. And this is in a lot of ways my favorite. But it's very it's very wasteful. These are not cheap weapons to create. They do not last a long time because you are just blasting through, usually overkill. See, the downside with this weapon is that your defenders will shoot at everything. They will shoot a bundle bus even if they're aiming at a little baby husk, which is not so great because this thing fires a volley, a cannon barrage of shots, which is, why the bundle bus is not a universally perfect weapon. Because even though it's one of the biggest heavy target killers in the game, when it comes to shooting at small things, you can't decide to shoot less shots. You're still shooting everything, just dumping ammo, and your defenders will fire indiscriminately at anything that moves, and so as long as you are okay with wasting weapon materials like crazy, This gun is, holy cow, powerful. Just monster power. You'll see, man. Well, you'll see. You guys will see. When you equip your defenders with this gun, the husks are in for a bad day. You're gonna hear that beautiful, beautiful sound, just brap, 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 just rapid fire, just absolutely melting every single husk into dust. It is especially lovely when you see a blaster get targeted by all of your defenders at once, and just like his health bar is like, what? Pop, pop, pop. Dusted. So that is my two favorites. You can use pretty much any weapon that you want. However, I highly recommend you stick with the longer range weapons. That is another reason why I believe the bundle bus to be pretty much the best defender assault rifle in the game in terms of raw power, because it's got the longest range. This is one of those 5,000 range weapons, meaning you can shoot super, super far and do insane amounts of damage. Defenders don't really care if they're out of their maximum range. They will shoot regardless. So it is, you know, if you have a weapon that's 3,500 or 4,000 range, quite often they will shoot outside their effective range and do pretty pitiful damage. Whereas when you're using bundle buses or a Wraith or a Tiger or any other 5,000 range assault rifle, you're not going to have that same fall off in damage, and you're going to find, you know, the amount of output that your defenders are doing is just going to be a lot more reliable. It's going to be a lot better. You're just going to notice that enemies are dying faster, and you might not even you don't even like, man, that gun's really good. It's a lot of times it's because of the range, because they're actually shooting at full damage all the time. It really does make a big difference, especially when you have your guys on high ground shooting at low ground. If there's an edge, if you have a small wall to protect them, they won't get line of sight properly, and they'll be forced to shoot at farther targets farther out, because that's the angle that they get line of sight. So you get to kind of pick your style of build, whether or not you want to box them with a roof to protect them from lava fire. You get low walls to protect them from incoming shots from blasters and gunslingers, or you want to just put them on a flat roof and just have them go crazy at just whatever they see, and then you be ready to revive them over and over as they get killed. You use them as a meat shield, as a front line. They're going to distract a lot of enemies. They're going to take a lot of hits. They're going to die, and you're just going to pick them back up. It's like a health bar. It's like picking up a med pack for yourself, except that they're your armor. They're your shield, and they will just attack and do damage and take hits and win games time after time after time. Defenders are absolutely wonderful, and assault rifles are one of the funnest, most barrage, type of weapon that you could possibly use. So you're gonna guaranteed have a ton of fun with these guys. If you can just get yourself some riflemen, just don't be picky. Get whatever you can get, and then as you see more legendary riflemen available in missions, you go to those missions, you win, you get them, and then you can compare the new guy to your current guys. And if you find an upgrade, you just put your other guy on the bench, favorite the new guy, level him all the way up, and he will be your new replacement defender until you get something better. And you just keep upgrading, trying to get the best perk loadout that you can possibly get to maximize the effectiveness of your own private army. You can put 3 of these guys in a mission, so you can, up to 3 defenders, so you can have basically a 4-man team running in solo matches, as long as you're not worried about wasting tons of weapon materials and bullets and doing it all yourself. It's really nice to be able to utilize defenders that are this powerful on a team platform, so you can actually run missions solo very effectively. All right, guys, I really hope this defender review helped you out, helped you really understand the power of the assault rifles. If you like this video, please like, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that little bell, and comment down below. Comment down below, let me know what you think about these guys. Let me know which ones are your favorite. Which defenders do you actually like the best? So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for being a part of the VASH Corps. Thank you for believing in me and supporting this stream and watching this show. and helping us grow, man. I couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, we're out here all day, every day, chasing our dream and trying to build this community. If you love what we're doing here and you support the dream, and if you have the means to actually donate and contribute to what we're doing here, I would really love for you guys to come out and support us on Patreon. It's the lifeblood of any content creator. It's the only reason that that we're staying afloat and able to do what we're doing here. And if you have the means, I would love for you to come out and support us and yeah, help us keep doing what we're doing. Thank you so much, guys.